Hello, this is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, a part of Redbud Realty and Associates. I want to talk a little bit about some of the articles, again, that I've been seeing with bankruptcy attorneys on these sites that are trying to get your business. And I've talked about this in the past in terms of, do you need to declare bankruptcy instead of just doing a short sale? And again, my answer is consult with an attorney. I'm not an attorney, and I tell you what, if I had about 10 or 15 creditors or whatever beating my doors down every day, and I knew that I did not have a job, I didn't have the ability to pay anything, then yeah, I think in a case like that, then bankruptcy certainly is something that you ought to consider. Because I've been there before in the past, many, many years ago, and I know what it's like, and it's not something I would ever want to go through again. But I saw a statement from a bankruptcy attorney that I thought really kind of made my blood boil just a little bit. Now, he was talking about the fact that if you declare bankruptcy and you include the mortgage in there, if you're behind and you know you're going into foreclosure, and again, I've said before, just because you're behind on your mortgage and you can handle your other debts, there's no reason for that. But if you do, then you eliminate the possibility in a bankruptcy of two things. Number one, of the lender coming after you for a deficiency judgment, because they can in the state of Oklahoma. And the second thing is, if that loss is $50,000 or $100,000 on the mortgage, then with a 1099 sent to the IRS, you owe money on that. That is income. It's not forgiveness of debt, and they just walk away. That is income. And that is a good thing, and that's what bankruptcy can do for you, and I think that's a good thing. But the statement that this attorney made was that, well, you should never do a short sale after a bankruptcy, and the only realtors want you to do it because all they care about is getting a commission. Well, something, number one, I didn't know attorneys work for free, so I guess that's why they can criticize us. The other thing is they get all upset when we make these jokes about attorneys, about all attorneys are bad. Well, no, that's not the case. There's good ones, there's bad ones, just like in real estate, there's good ones and bad ones. What I want to do is say you should consider a short sale after a bankruptcy. Do you have to? Absolutely not. But I want to give you a couple of reasons why you ought to, and why you ought to think about it and consult with me or with someone in your town. First of all, a lot of times in a short sale, you can stay in the house for a longer period of time, especially if you're FHA or VA. You opt into a program. It may give us 6 months to go ahead and sell the property, and so you're actually living in the house that you want to stay in, obviously, but you're going to have to leave, and that's really to your best advantage. I mean, you don't have the money to make a payment, and you're not ready to go out there and start paying rent at this point. And so you can stay in that home, and that's number one. The second thing is this. After a foreclosure and a bankruptcy, normally FHA will give you a loan in about 3 years. And you really want to do this because it's cheaper to own a home if you do it right than it is to rent a home, and I'll tell you why. If you have to rent a property, and let's say it's one of my executive properties that I've sold at $1,400 a month. That actually is something that typically if you had a principal and interest, taxes, and insurance payment with the interest rates the way they are right now, it's about $900. So already you're saving a lot of money just right there in terms of money out of pocket. The second thing is that that interest and property taxes are tax deductible. Well, there's about another $200, let's say, every month. So now, effectively, your payment is $700 instead of $1,400. Now, if it took you 5 years because of the bankruptcy and the foreclosure to get into a home, you've just paid $42,000 more effectively in that 5 year period of time. That's $42,000 you could put away in savings. You could help pay for your health insurance, your child's college education. That's money you could have in your pocket. Now, we're also getting back to a point where appreciation is starting to happen. And even if that's 2 to 3% over a 5-year period, that can make a difference of now bringing it down to about $400 a month. So that's $1,000 that you save every month over the course of 60 payments. There's a $60,000 difference in the cost of being in a home renting versus owning. Now, here's the other reason. Because of this, I want you to know why it's important that in a short sale, you can get, even if there's a bankruptcy, you can get a home in 2 years. They're saying that you can get a loan, but if it's a foreclosure, number one, you've got to have a much higher credit rating. In other words, there's some loans that are being given out at 580 credit scores on FHA right now, but you've got to have 660. And that means a much longer time to build up your credit. That's number one. The second thing is underwriters. Underwriters are rejecting people with foreclosures right now, even after the timeline, because, hey, let's face it, you're a bigger risk. You weren't proactive. You just let your house go. You took what they consider, whether it's right or wrong, the easy way out. If you do a short sale, you show that you've been proactive, and it is not a foreclosure. It is a short sale. Less money is lost by the lender, and they're looking at you as, hey, this person did the right thing. This is somebody that's a good risk, because believe me, it's not all financial. It's also some of those other factors. So if you are in deep trouble financially, and you've got a lot more that you can't pay for, and you're tired of creditors beating down your door, certainly find a good bankruptcy attorney. They're going to charge you, but it's going to be your best interest. If you don't have to do that, do a short sale. But if you are doing bankruptcy, think about doing a short sale. Yes, you are released from deficiency judgment and from the taxes, but in the future, think about the money that you're going to be paying continuously for rent, and it's a lot more money out of pocket, and that's a price I don't think you should have to pay. So please call me at joe@joepryor.com, or email me, I should say, or you can go to my website that's going to pop back up here at the end in that little banner, which is avoidforeclosureoklahoma.com, to get some answers. My phone number is on there. Call me. It's a free consultation. Let me talk to you about this, and I'll be happy to help. I'm willing to work 3 times harder on a short sale for that commission that the attorney's talking about, if that's what you want to do. This is Joe Pryor with the virtualrealestateteam.com in Oklahoma City, where we deliver traditional real estate values at the speed of technology.